we should deal with the decision making at the end of life using the compass. That's the main point of the discussion. So let's look at the decision-making process when you have an equipment. So normally you use your data center equipment for a couple of years. We consider 4 years of average lifespan for a DC equipment in our exercise. And from there, at the end of life, either you decide to send it to a reuse, so to give a second life, and from there it goes to the recycling, or you directly decide to send it to the recycling. So what you need to do as a decision-making process is that whether I should send it to reuse or directly to the recycling, and if I send it to the reuse or recycling, which type of reuse or recycling I should select. Those are the main decision points you have when you're dealing with the end of life of your equipment. And exactly those are the points we want to deal with it. With the compass, so provide you guidance on whether it's interesting to go for a reuse or directly for recycling, and if you go for reuse or recycling, is there guidance to help you how to select or to which actor address your equipments. That's what we want to do. So in terms of decision making, then we need to deal with different points. First of all, at the end of life, is the main purpose of the use is still achievable? So can I use the same equipment to achieve my purposes? Or a new user can do so? So a user that requires something less performant can use the server. So the old equipment is still usable in a specific purpose or aim. Then another point that we need to deal with it, and this is something we are working on, it's the energy consumption progress in the new servers. So if you have a big progress in terms of energy in the new generations, then probably the benefits of that progress is bigger than a reuse in which you will continue to consume energy. So you need to be able to compare that evolution and progress in the energy with the situation you have. Then you need to be able to understand if the reuse is possible technically and economically. So that's another point of decision. If the reuse is not possible technically and economically, then it's not a question. And then in terms of repairability, dismantleability of DC equipment, is your equipment, your generation is dismantleable, repairable, to what extent? So provide some information on that aspect. And then probably the most important point is to provide you guidance in terms of environmental criticality, social and economic aspect. Is there an advantage of reuse and recycling over the entire life cycle? And then how to guide you to select a recycling solution that the most of critical raw metals are recovered. So these are the points we want to deal with it in the tool. So now, if you have comments, any points you see that in this decision-making process is not dealt with, and you believe it's interesting to be added, would you please provide them or take the mic and give us a few words about the potential missing aspects in this list?